Have you ever felt alone, as if no one around you understands what you're going through? And worse, each day, financial problems seem to weigh more heavily, leaving you even more broken, both inside and out. You are facing this because you are a chosen one, and chosen ones do not live ordinary lives. This phase of solitude and struggle is part of a bigger plan, a spiritual purpose that can completely transform your life, but only if you understand what God wants to show you now. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes you will discover insights that can change everything. I know that sometimes it's hard to hold back the tears when you feel abandoned, as if the world has forgotten you. It seems like all doors are closed, and that God is not hearing your prayers. You might even have asked yourself, if I am a chosen one, why am I going through this? Wasn't my life supposed to be different? The pain of loneliness is real, and the struggle against financial problems feels like an endless cycle. But what I want you to know is that this phase does not define who you are, and much less what God has in store for you. Every tear, every difficult night, is preparing you for something beyond your current understanding. You are not going through this because you are weak, but because you have been chosen for something extraordinary. But here is the secret that few understand. Chosen ones go through the most intense battles because they carry the grandest purposes. Your pain is the divine carving that shapes your character to withstand the blessings that are on the way. What I will share with you in this video is not just an explanation, but a calling. If you watch until the end, you will understand the reason behind each challenge, what God wants you to learn in this process, and most importantly, how to transform this phase of loneliness and scarcity into concrete proof of your spiritual purpose. Now pay attention. What seems like punishment is actually part of something much greater. God is separating you because your mission demands it. It is not a mistake, it is not bad luck. It is a process. You were not born to be like everyone else, and that is exactly why you feel disconnected. When you look at your life, you may see ruins, but God sees the beginning of a reconstruction. Being alone and broken is the moment where He works on you, away from the noises of the world. Think about it. The higher you are called, the greater the weight of preparation. A warrior does not become strong in moments of comfort. Isolation is God's training ground. It is where He molds the chosen ones to become unshakable. Every tear, every loss, every difficulty is fine-tuning your character. You are not alone by chance. Often, the people you want near you cannot understand your journey. And do you know why? Because God did not allow it. His purpose is so great that He protects you, even though it hurts now. He hides you in the desert, so you do not get lost along the way. Being broken also has a deeper meaning. God knows that pride, distractions, and illusions can take you away from your purpose. That is why He allows certain things to be taken away. Not because He wants to see you suffer, but because He wants to see you grow. The vessel needs to be broken before it can be reconstructed. Chosen one, understand that even loneliness has a purpose. When you are alone, you hear God's voice better. It is in these moments that He whispers revelations that will transform your life. It is there that you discover that what seems to be the end is only the beginning of a new phase. How many times have you tried to understand why things do not work out as you plan? It is because God has a bigger plan. He wants you to trust Him, even when everything seems senseless. Being broken is part of the preparation. You are being refined, like gold in the fire. Chosen ones are uncommon, and this means that their journey will also be uncommon. You were not made to follow the standards of this world. That is why God allows you to face difficulties that others do not face. This is how He sets apart the strong for greater tasks. But here is the secret. The fact that you are broken now is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign that God is working in you. He is preparing you for something so extraordinary that the people around you could not comprehend. Isolation and lack are tools of transformation. Keep this in your heart. Every moment of pain, every feeling of loneliness is a reminder that God has not forgotten you. He is preparing you for something that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. So do not give up. You are not alone, chosen one. God is with you, and that is all you need to move forward. Imagine a seed planted in the soil. At first, it seems like it has been buried, alone in the darkness. But, in fact, it is in this moment of isolation that it begins to take root, to strengthen itself, and then grow and bear fruit. Chosen one, you are exactly in this process. God is rooting you, strengthening you. Now think, how many times have you tried to rise by your own strength and nothing worked? How many doors closed when everything seemed right? It may be hard to accept, but perhaps the message that God is sending you is clear. Not by your strength, but by mine. Financial lack, no matter how painful, also carries a purpose. It is a reminder that your sustenance will not come from the world's system, but from the hand of God. When you fully trust in Him, it is He who opens doors. It is He who multiplies resources in ways that no one can explain. Therefore, being alone and broken is not a punishment, it is a process. God allows you to go through the desert to mold you and prepare you for something much greater. When you are alone, He removes the external voices that distract you and teaches you to listen only to His. This period of isolation is where He refines you, breaks your ego, and reveals who you truly are. Often, solitude is where you discover that your strength is not in people but in God. He removes the crutches from your life so that you can stand up fully. It hurts, but it is essential for you to understand that the chosen one does not depend on the world to fulfill their purpose. The connection with God, not with circumstances, is what sustains you. When you are without resources, it is a test. God wants to see how far your faith goes. Will you give up, or will you trust that He is working behind the scenes? Being broken means being rebuilt, and only those who go through this understand the value of total dependence on God. Scarcity is fertile ground for miracles. The chosen ones carry a heavy purpose. To be elevated, you need to renounce what does not serve your calling. Solitude and financial lack are ways to cut what ties you to the ordinary. These moments teach you to depend on God and not on money or relationships that do not lead you to the destination He has planned. When God wants to say something profound, He takes you out of the crowd. The silence around you is the opportunity for Him to deliver the answers you seek so much. Often, it is in the quiet that you receive the vision of what is to come. God is not distant, He is speaking, but He needs you to be in a state of total listening. Financial brokenness is more than a test, it is a reconfiguration. God is changing your mindset to teach you to manage what is to come. He cannot place something grand in hands that have not yet learned to value the little. Before giving you abundance, He wants to teach you to be grateful for the little. Sometimes, solitude is God's way of protecting you. He removes people who do not understand your purpose and who can lead you astray. The chosen ones do not walk with the crowd. They have a unique path. If you are alone, know that it is because He is clearing your life so that you can walk with those who share your vision. Now, chosen one, pay close attention, because what I am about to reveal can completely change the way you view your loneliness and lack of resources. Have you ever stopped to think that being alone and broken is actually the greatest privilege that God can give you? I know it seems contradictory, but let me explain. The secret is this: God is shielding you so that you reach the destination He has prepared without carrying unnecessary burdens. What you see as abandonment is actually protection. What you feel as scarcity is preparation. God is separating you because you were not called to be ordinary. While others live according to what the world offers, you were chosen for something divine, and this requires different preparation. Imagine a seed. It is buried in darkness, alone, with no evidence of life around it, but it is there in that isolation that it begins to germinate. If you are alone today, it is because God is making you grow in silence, away from distractions, away from eyes that could judge you prematurely. And scarcity? Listen to this. God only allows you to be broken so that you learn to depend exclusively on Him. Because the provision that is coming will not be the result of your efforts, but His favor. He wants you to know, when your victory comes, that it was He who gave it to you, not your effort, the system, or circumstances. Here is the great revelation. Chosen ones go through tougher paths because God is building something eternal. He does not work to give you temporary comfort. He works to transform you into someone who can carry His purpose in the world. Your loneliness and lack of resources today are divine tools to prepare you for the right abundance and connection at the right time. And here is the most surprising detail. When God finishes preparing you, what seemed impossible will happen. People who ignored you will seek your help. Resources you never imagined will start to flow. But God needs you to go through this now, because He does not want you to receive something great without being ready to sustain it. So the question you should ask yourself is not, why am I alone and broken? But what is God building in me to prepare me for what is coming? Because what is coming is greater than you can imagine, chosen one. Hold on tight. God has not forgotten you. He is shaping you for something extraordinary. Now, I will reveal a practical guide that will help you transform your life. If you follow these steps, you will begin to align your spiritual purpose and experience real change in all areas of your life. The first step to getting out of this phase is to accept that it is part of your process. Stop fighting against reality and feeling like a victim. God is shaping you. Recognize that loneliness and scarcity are like the fire that refines gold. Only when you accept this can you begin to grow spiritually. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? Often, difficulties come to remind us that we are investing our energy in the wrong place. Maybe you are chasing things that have no connection with the purpose that God designed for you. Reorganize your priorities and place God at the center. Chosen one, your connection with God is your greatest strength. Set aside time every day to meditate, pray, and listen to the divine voice. This practice will not only bring peace to your heart, but also clarity to understand what God wants from you at this moment. Each chosen one has unique spiritual gifts that must be used to fulfill their mission. What do you do well that can help other people? Reflect on this and seek ways to apply these gifts in your daily life, for they are the key to your transformation. One of the reasons why you may be broken is the scarcity mindset that the world teaches. God wants you to live in abundance, but that starts in your mind. Replace negative thoughts and self-pity with declarations of faith and gratitude. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am worthy, and God is with me. You may be wondering, why hasn't my situation changed yet? Remember, God is never late. He knows exactly when you are ready to receive what you have asked for. While you wait, trust. Use this time to prepare, improve, and learn. Although loneliness is part of the process, God also places people in your path to help you. Identify who these people are and get closer to them. Build healthy relationships with those who share your faith and values, for they will be support on your journey. Chosen one, it is not enough to just believe, you need to act. Identify small steps you can take today to align your life with your purpose. Maybe it's learning something new, starting a project, or helping someone in need. God honors those who act with faith. You are closer than you think to seeing your life transformed. God has not forgotten you, and His promises are real. Keep walking in faith because the answer you seek is just ahead. Just as gold is purified by fire, you are being shaped for something extraordinary, for a purpose that only you can fulfill. You are chosen, and this is not just a title. It is a calling, a mission that requires strength, courage, and faith. Do not let discouragement steal your vision. Believe that what you are going through today is temporary, and that God is preparing something so great that you cannot even imagine. You are not alone on this journey. You have the entire heavens by your side. Your struggle is not in vain. Your pain is not wasted. It is the seed that will bloom at the right time. Are you ready to turn your pain into purpose? Share your story in the comments. Leave your amen below and declare that you will not stop. Thank you for your presence. If this video resonated in your heart, like it, follow the channel, and share it with those who also need to hear this message. Now, if you want to understand why your financial difficulty is the proof of your purpose, the next video is for you. Click now and understand.